Story of my life. But anyway, well, let's intro Perry. Perry, come here.
Hey.
Yeah,
Perry.
Perry.
Woo!
So I've only, here, let me get that from you.
Thank you.
I've only met Perry one other time.
I know, right?
But, God only needs one moment to show you the true identity of a person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
And I just you can feel just this power and this just a purity of his heart that he carries.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just such an awesome man. And I feel like he has just a lot to say, and he has a lot of revelation, and he has a lot of insight through his own life, through his own testimony. And I feel like God's just like, give him the mic.
Yeah.
Give him the mic, because he has lots of valuable things to say.
Amen.
And so I just want you to have complete freedom to do what you are called to do. Amen? Amen.
Wow. It's just an honor to be here. Seriously, I just want to give all the glory to God to just be here and be able to share with you guys what God's been, putting in my life. Seriously. First of all, I just want to introduce myself. As you guys know, my name is Perry. I just turned 17 years old.
Yeah.
On April 2nd. And it's been a blast. It really has been. So the message today that I want to share with you guys is called Putting God in the Center. Putting God in the center of your life. Putting God in the center of your heart. And what I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight is about my testimony. What God's been doing, what God's been just training me, seriously, for this night. And, it's just been crazy, seriously. My childhood, it was difficult. It was hard growing up. Especially with my parents and my family. I came from an abusive background, verbally and physically. It was so difficult to just serve the Lord going through all that. I was saved at the age of 9 or 10. I've been going to Freedom Virtue Center for about 7 years now, and it's been rough. You can be saved, and there are still things that are just coming at you, and it was so difficult to just focus on God. That one day when you get saved, it's like, wow, this is so good. Why? How come when I go out through the day, how come this doesn't follow me? How come this presence of the Lord doesn't follow with me through? And you start to get confused. You start to get, filled with anger. You're saying, how come my parents are saved?
Yeah.
How come my parents are treating me this way?
Yeah.
How come my brothers are here just treating me this way? My parents we have a family of 5 kids. My sister's over there. I have 2 older brothers and a little brother. And, the Lord is just blessing us so much. And it was just so difficult, guys. I can't stop saying that. It was just so difficult. Walking with the Lord, There was a point in time where I hated my family. I didn't like them, any of them. There were times where I had thoughts where I think it would be better for me just ending my life right here. There were times where I just thought, maybe it's better with my parents just being gone from my life. Maybe it's better that my brother would just leave. It was so hard growing up because I never had anyone to look up to. My brother was always in and out of jail. My brother was always out with his friends. My parents were always working, always drinking, partying. My little brother just growing up, and I couldn't be the one for him to just look up to for a long time. It was just difficult being the middle child, guys. It really was, There were times where I hated every single holiday because we just never celebrated it. I never had fun in any single one of them. Even my birthday. For the past 3 years, my parents forgot about my birthday. It's just so difficult. to just live in that life. A place where you just can't be loved. A place where you're just forced to go home every single day. And you have to put up with it. And I just want to say thank you, God. You know, every single day I had to learn how to just put God in my life. Remember that, guys. When you have struggles, everything, just lay it out in front of God. I don't care where you're at, school, work, home. Lay it out to God. Say, Jesus, please help me.
Yeah.
Please take this all away. You know, it's just those little things that you guys have to realize in life that the Lord appreciates. It's not the big things.
Come on.
Remember that. It's not the big things that the Lord is looking for. It's the little things.
Yeah.
And they add up. And that's the thing that builds your testimony.
Come on.
See, that's the thing that the people see in you. It's the little things that build up,
Yeah.
Amen.
which turns it into big things.
Yeah.
You see, remember that. You see, all these little things, you know, your parents not remembering my birthday, you know, my aunt abusing me verbally. You know, there were times where I came home and my room was just taken by my aunt. She didn't even say hi. She said, hey, I'm taking your room. You know, and she would, as I was just doing my things at home, she would say, hey, how come you're not helping around the house? You know, and she'd be cursing at me and my brother, you know, Kevin. And, you know, this house, I couldn't trust anyone, guys. I live in a place where I couldn't trust anyone in this house. Me and my sister at the time, we were just going at it all the time too. Me and Christina. You know, it was so difficult. You see, there's just things in our lives that we hold in. We keep it to ourselves because we can't trust anyone.
Come on.
You know? There's those roots that we just can't give up because we're so scared.
Yeah.
We're so scared to let it go because we don't want to get hurt again. We're so scared to give our lives to someone that we can't see, someone that we just can't trust because of the things that are holding us. You know? And I don't know what problems you guys go through, you know, but just know that there is someone that is there. You know, and that's the Lord. Seriously, guys.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed of what problems you have, the difficulties, the sins that you have, that you carry. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed to say you have Jesus Christ in your life. Seriously. You know, there are times where we walk in our lives, you know, and we just have a lot of pride in ourselves. And we say, hey, you know, we don't want to give up our sins and share with others, you know, because we have a lot of pride in ourselves. We don't want to share with it. We don't want to give it to the Lord because we're afraid that He's going to hurt us. We're afraid that He's going to put us down. We're afraid to share with others because we're just so hurt. That's just what you're used to. You're used to hurt. You're not used to feeling good. You're not used to being loved. You know, we live in a world where you don't really see love in public. You don't see it at all. You know? You can't tell me that there's love everywhere on this earth. Don't lie to God. Seriously, don't lie. Seriously. You know, be honest. Be real with yourself. You know, live your life in a truthful way. Seriously. You know, I was smoking. You know, I was drinking. I was going out with friends, partying. You know, I felt the guilt going through it. You know, I struggled with lust, pornography. You know, those are the things that I was growing through, guys. And even with the home, dealing with my family members, people that I don't trust, that all of it was just stored up inside of me.
Yeah.
And there are things that are just stored up inside of you guys too. You know? And there comes a time and place where you just can't hold it anymore. Guys, you can't hold every single problem every single thing to yourself. You just can't. You just gotta admit it. You can't. There comes a time where you just say, God, just please help me. You know? When you accept Jesus Christ in your life, don't just think he's just going to be there and just say, hey, you know, I'm here to take it all away. He's more than that. I want you guys to understand that. Don't look at him as a thing where he can just take away all those problems away. Look at him as your father. Look at him as your friend. See him something valuable in your life.
Yeah.
Put him in that center of your heart, guys. He's like a magnet. Seriously. All those nasty stuff that are clinging onto you, especially deep down in those roots, let the Lord take care of it.
Amen.
You see, we're so afraid to just even ask for help. You know, we're so afraid that we're just so scared to say, please help me. You know, even seriously, not even spiritually. You know, sometimes we're afraid to ask, hey, can I see that? You know, do you know where the restroom is? You know what I mean? It's just a simple thing where people are just afraid to ask. You know, it's funny, but it's true. You know, like I said, people nowadays are just so afraid of the little things. You know? But that's something that you need to overcome, and you say, God, please help me.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, I challenge you guys to ask the Lord, God, please take this all away. I can't do it myself. Lord, please help me. See, the Lord is looking for you to be honest and real with yourself. You guys got to come to a place where you just, oh my gosh, I can't do it no more. I got to be honest with myself. You got to be honest with yourself, guys. That's the first step of coming closer to God and to your high calling, is being honest with yourself.
Come on.
Stop scooping off the top part. Seriously.
It's a good word.
On top of that table, quit scooping it. It feels good at first, but it's just going to keep coming. See? There's a little bit of trash on the table, just scoop it off. See, but the table ain't clean.
That's
You gotta
right.
wipe it.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? You gotta wipe that. Seriously. You know?
Yeah.
We all have those problems deep down that we need to give up in our lives, God. And the only way to do it is to put God in it. No one else. You can't rely on others for this one. I'm going to be real honest with you guys.
Come on.
That's
true. That's
With
good.
your problem, with your deep down problem, with pornography, lust, I don't care. You need to give it to the Lord.
Yes.
I'm being real with you guys. You can't give it to someone else and say, hey, can you help me out with this?
Right.
They can only do so much.
So
Amen.
far.
Amen.
You see, you got to take off those limits and say, God, please,
Yeah.
please be in that problem. Please be in the center of it.
That's good.
Please have your way in this.
Yeah.
You know? It's funny. It seriously is funny because, you know, when I was walking home from home, you know, it was, my dad was just drinking and my mom was at work. My siblings couldn't drive yet. They were just doing their own things. And I had to walk home in the rain. And it's funny because I didn't have any clothes to wear to school. I always wore the same clothes. I was wearing a t-shirt, shorts. It was raining. Boom. You know, and like I was a small little kid and I was walking home, right? Like anyone could have kidnapped me, but thank the Lord. You know, but good thing. But man, this rain was just pouring and the water was all up to my ankle. My shoes were wet, soaking, and I was walking home. And then my dad finally remembered, oh shoot, I gotta pick up my son. My dad forgot about me. And when he arrived, he said, hey, get in the car. I was so frustrated, guys. I hated my father. You know? People keep telling me, you know, as a father, you gotta let your son look up to you. You gotta be an example. As a mom, as a brother, as a sister. I didn't see any of that in each and every single one of them. I didn't see any of it. I didn't look up to my dad. He was always in and out of jail. He was never there to just help me out when I needed the little things, when I needed shoes, clothes. I had to do all of that myself. I grew up, I felt like I was growing up without parents and siblings to guide me. The only person I had was God, and I had to learn how to love Him. I had to learn how to talk to Him and say, can you be my friend? Can you be my father? Can you be someone that I can talk to? Guys, it's just, I can't explain it. It's just the little things that the Lord is looking for. You see, the problems that you deal with, it might seem impossible. You know, but sometimes you're just right there, and all you need to do is just ask. You know, it's just the basics that we need to remember. It's just to ask the Lord to be in our life again and be in the center of our problems. You know, and seriously, when I did that, my perspective of my family, my friends, they all changed. You know, I learned how to love, guys. When you continue to put God in the center, you're going to learn a lot of things. You're going to learn what love is. You're going to learn what wisdom is. Knowledge, all of that is going to come along with you. You see, you just need to put that mentor, your father, whatever he is to you, just continue to put him in your life. And continue to just let him have his way. Seriously, guys. And, you know, sometimes going to church might seem, you know, oh man, it's difficult, you know. Sometimes going to church and talking with others, you know, it's difficult. You can't really share with them about your problems. You know, there's just always things that are just going to come up and stopping you from reaching your goal. And what you guys need to remember is that we're flesh, we're men. We can only do so much. You got to take off those limits, guys. Take off that limit, take off the lid. Let that water flow. Let the Lord pour that water inside of you. Walk with it, flow with it. Guys, this was a message that was just so difficult for me to just share because it was so personal. You know, but I needed to understand that I have someone that can take care of it, guys. And that's the Lord. You know? And that's the Lord. You know, I was sitting there, I was praying, I was like, God, I don't know what to say. And He said, share about your life. Share about what He does. You know, and my encouragement to you guys throughout the day is say, God, please be with me throughout the day. You know, wherever you're at, just ask the Lord to be there, guys. Thank you guys so much for just letting me be up here. And